Hi, I'm Jordan, and I'm here to refute against Dalena's claim. Her main claim is that texting culture is negatively influencing the evolution of English language. Her secondary claims include: 1, that texting culture is almost eliminating the way that English language is written and interpreted. 2 is that texting culture is negatively changing the way English language is used by older generations. And she only had 2. My main claim is that texting culture has a more positive impact than a negative one. My secondary claims are: 1, that texting can positively impact reading and language development. 2, that when communicating through text in a distressed state, people often experience a reduction in a negative mood if talking to a friend. And my final secondary claim is that texting can have positive impacts on maintaining relationships. For my first secondary claim, I will talk about how texting can positively impact reading and language development. Dalena says that texting culture is eliminating the way English language is written and impacted. But according to the British Journal of Developmental Psychology 2010, found that the use of text speak did not carry over in misspellings in academic work, and posted that fun associated with texting people contributes to greater literacy because it encourages teens to interact and encourage with written words. Dalena also states that the average school child struggles more with spelling, grammar, and essay writing, but the British Journal also found that the use of text speak or language used in text positively correlates with reading ability. My second secondary claim is that when communicating through text in a distressed state, people often experience a reduction in a negative mood if texting a friend. Dalena states that inclusion of texting language in formal communication suggests that people are confirming becoming lazy. Yet a study conducted by Israel researchers and published in Computers and Human Behavior said that people who regularly text on converse via the similar instant message may experience emotional relief and even strengthens bonds between friends. And I'm sure most of you have done this before yourself, where you text a friend when you're feeling down or sad and they bring you up in a positive light. It also reveals that many may feel more comfortable opening up with greater sense of comfort and anonymity through the digital barrier provided. So most people feel more comfortable when they're hiding behind a phone or computer, whatever. Lastly, my final secondary claim is that texting can have a positive impact on maintaining relationships. Dalena also said that older people are now using texting culture in informal ways of communication. From what I read on everydaylife.globalpost.com, Amanda Klena of the Huffington Post said that when texting is implied alongside impersonal socializing, relationships remain more grounded in reality. She also explains that texting is best used when conjuncting with other forms of communication, including face-to-face interactions. She concludes by saying that people can use texting to develop and sustain relationships that already exist. So depending on if you have a boyfriend that lives far away, family that live in other states, sometimes texting and just asking how their day is a really positive way to stay interacted with them. In conclusion, you can see from my main claim that texting culture has a more positive impact than a negative one. And from my secondary claims, you can see that texting can positively impact reading and language development. When communicating through text in a distressed state, people often experience a reduction in a negative mood if talking to a friend. And finally, texting can have a positive impact on maintaining relationships. Texting is a great way to stay connected and has many advantages. Just because we abbreviate words and text all the time doesn't mean texting culture is changing English language for the worse. It's actually making it better in a way and making us all connected. Thank you.
All right, we got a lot of rebuttal argument, only a little bit of refutation argument. In fact, I didn't see any analysis of the advocate's evidence or the way in which they reasoned. Mostly you have counterclaims on the points that you're presenting. I think you have excellent evidence on the counterclaims, and a couple of them are very effective at answering the position that the advocate took. But I think you need to do a little bit more contrast with the way in which you're arriving at your conclusion versus the way the advocate arrived at their conclusion. If you can show that research supports your conclusions and they're relying just on examples, or it's speculative, for instance, and there wasn't any evidence, I think that would make your argument more effective. You follow the structure reasonably well. It seems to me like there's a little bit of I don't want to say confusion, but I'm not exactly sure. You're kind of going on a slightly different tangent with that third point. I don't know that that's what the advocate was saying on their second point, but it is a rebuttal argument, so it probably mitigates that to some degree. Like I said, I thought you cited your evidence pretty well. I thought there was a very good summary at the end. I just think you need to contrast your argument a little bit more with the reasoning and evidence that the advocate used, and not just the claims. All right, thank you.